Hi everyone, my name is Heather Havenwood and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm talking to you about the weapons of influence. Look, we all want to be able to influence. Sometimes people say that manipulate our friends, our family, our parents into what we want them to do. It's called persuasion. It's also called influence. And influence specifically is critical in business, no matter what. It could be your vendors, right? It could be your credit card companies give you a low interest rate. It could be getting that upgrade. It could be your employees. It could be the freelancers that you work with. Whatever it is, you want to understand the powers and the weapons of influence. Okay, so my name is Heather Havenwood. Thanks for listening. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to go over, by the way, I got an opportunity. This is my favorite book ever, one of my favorite books ever. My favorite book ever, I'll probably do another video on that, is Winning with Intimidation. But today I'm talking about The Psychology of Influence by Robert Cialdini. I had the opportunity to listen to him speak for the first time in Traffic and Conversion Summit 2018. So that was super fun. All right, we're going to go over this real quick. I'm not going to go major into it, but I am going to start from the top. So one of the first ones is reciprocation, the old give and take. You ever had someone give you something like a new neighbor and they gave you hot, warm muffins and you're like, oh my God, thank you so much. I didn't get you anything, right? It's when we give first, the human being automatically wants to receive. Like, what can I do for you? I think this is a great one when you're working with freelancers and vendors. There have been times where I'm working with a freelancer and before they even start the job, if it's like the first job working with me, I just like give them the money up front. And they're kind of taken back. And I'm like, look, I trust you. And if you don't do a great job, then shame on me. But here's the money up front, like a small job, right? And I really want to see what you do. I want to go and just give you the money up front because I know you guys spend some time on it. What that automatically does is it gives them this, oh my gosh, I really want to work for her. This is amazing. So it kind of puts that in a different perspective. I actually learned that from a mentor of mine. Number 2, commitment and consistency. Oh, I'm constantly dealing with this with my clients. The number one place you can deal with this right now, like the thing right now, is your social media. Basics. So if you are an influencer yourself, or you're a company, you're a brand, or maybe you're a personality and you're the brand of the company, like a coach or author, go across your social media. I'm talking all of them, from Twitter to LinkedIn to Facebook to Instagram, all of them, and make sure your image, your profile image is exactly the same across. Your descriptions are pretty much the same. You have commitment and consistency. So no matter where people find you, it is going to be consistent. One of the biggest challenges I deal with clients is they go, well, I don't really use my Instagram, or, oh, I don't use my Facebook. I get that. We all have like our preference we really want to focus on depending on the kind of business it is, but it doesn't matter on the commitment and consistency. So if you're really big on Instagram, and you're not so much on Facebook, you still create a page and you still have the same imagery. And you might want to put on there, hey, check me out on Instagram because I really post there more than here. But all of the description, the websites, everything is commitment and consistency, which is key. It's consistent. All right. So that's number 2. I'm going to clip through. Oops. Okay. Number 3 is social proof. Duh. I mean, this book and his principles, Robert Cialdini, was actually done at a point of our lives where we didn't have this huge social media. But back then, we still had social proof, right? The in crowd, or one person says, this person's awesome, and all of a sudden everyone likes them. We saw that a lot. We saw that a lot in what I call junior high school, but it happens everywhere. Look at politicians. One person endorses, like a big time person endorses one person, all of a sudden they have immediate clout. That's called social proof. It's like an endorsement. So thing with the testimonials. So here's how you can do it in your business. Testimonials. One of the most challenging things we do as in business owners is we forget to get testimonials. So make sure you have some kind of system or structure to do that. Okay. I just recently, and this is a huge kudo, I just recently did an amazing photo shoot for Corey Howe Photography. I've actually sent some clients there to her as well. And she's amazing. And you know what's so funny about her? If she's listening, she's never asked for a testimonial from me. I've sent her a kudos, and you rock and you're amazing. You let me know. But all she had to do right then while I'm sitting there in the photo shoot is just like, do you mind if I get a testimonial? And then like, bam, right? It would have been awesome. Kudos. That one's for you, Corey. Okay, number 4, liking, the friendly thief. This is what I call the likable conversation. Being likable necessarily doesn't mean that you have value, but you ever had the person like, I just like them, okay? That can add a ton of value for people. I know people that have literally bought hundreds of thousands of dollars from just a person or a guy they just kind of like. They call it the friendly thief. And there's a lot of truth to that. Because being likable in a way is, especially when you're just like that kind of likable guy or gal, which by the way, I'm extremely jealous of. I've never been that one. I've never been like the likable one. I'm usually the one like rustling the feathers and kind of like causing a bunch of mischief. I'm like rattling the cage all the time. So I honestly am completely jealous of the friendly thief, the likable guy or girl. What happens is they get connection really easily. And next thing you know, they are what I call friendly thieving you on some level. Maybe, maybe not. But it's a weapon of influence, possible. And then you're like, wow, how did that happen? I really liked them. Or we just buy on likability and hopefully they actually are not a thief and they are friendly and it's all good. But again, this is what I call a weapon of influence. Just being likable. Another way to say that from a women's perspective is you can get a lot more in your life from being sweet and honey. This is a personal versus a sting. This is a personal one that I have a hard time with because I love to rustle feathers. And the last one, not the last one, is authority. Authority. That's changed a lot in the last 10 years. I think that authority back before social media was extremely different. Politically, it was very different. Nowadays, here I am on a camera and I'm putting myself out there as an authority on marketing and sales based on I've literally sold since 1995, over $50 million worth, either online, offline, in that time frame. So I've done a lot in my time in sales and marketing. However, you don't know that. You don't know who I am. So part of this process is me setting myself up as an authority, right? And you can do the same thing. That's my point. You can do all this, even if you're a company or a brand. All right, the last one is scarcity, the rule of the few. Time tested, right? Only 5 left tickets. Only 2 VIP left. Only, just anything. Any kind of scarcity at all, we freak out. But also with cars or high-end items, you really want to make sure there's only 2 of these kind of cars in the whole world. That's why it's worth $1.5 million. Okay, you get scarcity. How you can do that online, how you can do that in your business. You can do special pricing countdowns. You can say you're doing a limited edition. Remember the old Ford Explorers limited edition, Eddie Bauer? Okay, by the way, that's awesome. All they did was take the Ford Explorer, an Expedition, kind of did some cool fancy stuff to it, threw on Eddie Bauer, and now it's a limited edition. Scarcity, because there's only X amount. That's why paintings are scarce. This is the number 1 of the only 250 in the world, and you can actually see the number, right? There's all kinds of ways you can do that in your business, so I highly suggest it. All right, that's it. I highly suggest you read this book and his newest and latest book, Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. Is highly worth you as a business owner understanding how the human psychology works and how, some people are way better at manipulation than others. Doesn't mean that you can understand and learn the principles of human behavior and the weapons of influence to use in your business to make more money and serve more people. All right, everyone, this is Heather Havenwood. Check me out at heatherhavenwood.com.